that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, financial management educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, ccetompkins.org. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenneth McLaurin, Financial Management Educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis. The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities. Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending soon. But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again. Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website. Thank you, and I hope we'll see you at the next class.
Oh, there you are.
Wow, I kept trying different browsers, and I finally used Chrome, and I got it.
I'm Kenneth McLaurin, Financial Management Educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I'd like to invite you to our workshop, Managing Your Finances Through COVID-19, Simple Strategies in a Time of Crisis.
It disappeared in one.
The current COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak is having a terrible effect on our economy. Many of us are finding ourselves in a situation where we have less money to take care of life's responsibilities.
Yeah, I'm going to hop off.
Our current financial crisis is challenging, and some of the government interventions will be ending
but you'll hear me.
But still, know and believe that you can regain your financial stability once again.
All right.
Things will get better as long as we keep calm and take the steps available to us. So join us on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for about an hour as we share some strategies on increasing income, explain how values influence financial decisions, talk about the best budget, and of course how to create one. We'll also share tools to help you maximize your current resources so you can take care of your needs and hopefully find some cash to include a couple of wants as well. We also have many other resources to help you with your personal finances. Please check them out at our website, CCE.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County Consumer Issues. My name is Kenneth McLaurin, and I am the Financial Management Educator. You've probably seen that from the video that has been going on. But I'd like to invite you to this month's Consumer Issues Talk with a New York State Assistant Attorney General Mike Danaher. This month, Mike will talk for 45 minutes to an hour about, what's the topic today, Mike?
Consumer rights and responsibilities in the marketplace.
About consumer rights and responsibilities in the marketplace, and after that, we will take questions that you can submit in our chat down below. Tell your friends that we're online. Come check us out. Mike is showing you his notes right now.
Yeah, I was looking for the chat function.
Oh.
My camera's here, but my monitor's up here, just above it. So I have to actually move the camera down to see.
No problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mike, it is over to you.
Thanks, Kenneth. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our monthly consumer issue program. As we talked about earlier, our topic today is consumer rights and responsibilities in the marketplace. It's a general discussion about we as consumers being involved in the marketplace and making the right decisions so that we don't end up getting scammed or being able to recognize when there's a scam present. We're going to talk about various laws that are out there that protect the marketplace, and there is a huge amount of different laws in different places in New York that are there for kind of governing the marketplace. So the way I kind of look at it is the laws provide the framework that people work within so that nobody's getting outside that framework, and there to help protect consumers. Markets are theoretically designed to be efficient. Those of you that took Economics 101 in college, or this wasn't happening when I was in high school, but they're teaching economics in high school as well, that markets are theoretically designed to be efficient. So you have a bunch of buyers and a bunch of sellers, and they all come together in this thing called the market. And the sellers are offering goods and services, and the buyers are buying those. And we're in the classic economic market situation, you have willing buyers and willing sellers, that they will come to a point in time where they're willing to, where their supply is large enough and the buyers are willing to pay a certain amount to where it comes to equilibrium, where there's an equal number of buyers and equal number of sellers willing to buy a certain number of products at a certain price. Markets are free, where both buyers and sellers are willing and able to make these particular decisions. And so there comes that point in time where you have that equilibrium price between buyers and sellers and supply and demand, to where they hopefully are efficient enough that prices come to the level of what the buyers are willing to pay for, and buyers come to where the price is so that they will be willing to make those payments. If the price is too high, there won't be enough demand. And when prices are low, there won't be enough supply. So the idea is to try to get that sweet spot where there's just enough buyers willing to pay that particular price and that everybody can benefit. However, markets don't always operate this efficiently, and there's various reasons. One of the assumptions is that all the parties in this free market economy have all the facts and can understand all of the parts of the transaction. And that way they can make decisions that are now based on knowledge. And we know that that's not always the case. We also go with the assumption that all buyers and sellers come into the transaction with equal bargaining power. And again, that's not always the case. Some merchants have exploited the advantage that they may have in knowing what the product is and does, or service is and does, and therefore would overstep the parameters of the framework of the market and take advantage of the buyers. So over a period of time, as regulators of the market, various entities have stepped in to try to help make sure that everybody stays within that framework. And if they get outside that framework, the laws are designed to keep them in, and then there's enforcement powers and all types of enforcement mechanisms out there. The Attorney General's office, we're frequently involved to try to keep people inside that framework, but it could be financial markets do that as well. It could be financial regulators do that as well. From the federal perspective, there's the Federal Trade Commission. The state perspective, there's the Attorney General's office. There's financial regulators. There's the Securities and Exchange Commission in the financial markets. So there's a whole host of those. But in talking about it, I think that most of us in that evaluation can see that merchants naturally have the upper hand. Usually they're larger. Even if it's a small merchant, they're still larger than one individual consumer that comes in. They know the the merchant knows the product usually better than what the consumer does. They, the merchants, obviously know what their costs are and what their profits would be and what profit margin they need to stay in business. Consumers don't necessarily know what their costs are, what their profits are, and therefore, when one thing that we'll talk about in a couple of minutes, consumers may not know if in fact the item is on sale and to what extent, whereas the merchant would know that. And frequently the consumers are not the experts when it comes to particular items that they're purchasing or services that they're trying to acquire. We don't hear a lot of stories where consumers are taking advantage of businesses, but we do hear a lot of stories about the other way around. And not all merchants are like that. The vast majority of them are just hardworking people trying to satisfy a need out there. So we don't use a broad brush in saying that, oh, you always have to watch out for businesses, they're all bad, because it's not true. But you do have to be aware. And the best way that we can become aware is to get as much information as we can. Because consumers are not usually the experts, they may not know what a good deal is. They may not know what price is good or not good, or what that product will do or won't do. But what the consumer has to do is has to take every opportunity that they have to become as expert as they can in a particular market. In this day and age with the internet, it's so much easier for consumers to do their due diligence, find out about the specs on particular products or reviews on a particular merchant or seller of services, or to figure out what service do I actually need here? What kind of person do I talk about this thing? Do research and figure out what it is that's out there. So there's really a lot more information now than there ever was. The important thing is because there's so much information that's out there, consumers have to be diligent. They have to not just, oh, there's too much information. I can't look at this further. I'll just call somebody and have them do that. We have to do a really good job of being good consumers. Investigate, understand, because the more knowledge we have, the better off we're going to be when we enter into this marketplace. So what we want to talk about here is, what are the laws out there that are designed to help us navigate this marketplace? First of all, we have to understand what the laws do. Following up on what we've talked about a little bit earlier, is the laws are not designed to give anyone any particular advantage. Not an advantage to the consumer, to take advantage of a business or anything like that. It's really designed to keep the framework of this marketplace intact. And so what it's designed to do is to try to level the playing field, try to give the consumer information, or to protect the consumer so that not that they have an advantage, is that they can be given the information and not be misled so they can make an informed, good decision. So it's not intended, the law is not intended to give the consumers a unique advantage in any way. However, that also means the consumer has to utilize those laws in order to make the best decision. Get the information, make yourself informed. Then you can make the proper decision. Some examples, excuse me, of the laws that are out there that are designed to help equalize the marketplace are all over the place. Just an example, we have many laws in New York with many different names. Just grabbing some environmental conservation law, tax laws, all those sorts of things. And we have a set of laws in New York called the General Business Law. Just to give you an idea, there are over 40 different chapters, units in the General Business Law, covering a whole host of different general business related matters. So there's all kinds of things. Very interesting for those that want to look up the laws. Very interesting subject areas that are covered within the General Business Law. There are other protections in other laws, like in landlord-tenant, it would be in the real property law or the real property actions and proceedings law. There's a general obligations law. There's just a whole host of things. But in the General Business Law, there are all kinds of things that govern general business transactions. One of the big ones that we use that help protect the marketplace is Article 22A. So there's Article 22, then there's Article 22A of the General Business Law. And that deals with general business practices. And one section in there, in Article 22A, is Section 350 of the General Business Law. Just for your reference, if you want to look it up. It's a broad statute that prohibits false advertising. And that's pretty much what it's like. One section 350 is like one sentence long, maybe two sentences long. It just says that it's illegal to engage in false advertising. Then the courts come in and then they interpret what that means and what constitutes false advertising. But the false advertising statute is very broad, and it covers all types of things, including not just traditionally what you and I would think of as advertisement. Is we turn on the TV and we see advertisements, or we open a website and we see an advertisement for a particular product, or we hear something on the radio advertising a particular product. But it also deals with labeling. So a label could be an advertisement, what's contained on the label. There's separate labeling provisions as well, but a label could constitute advertising. And additionally, false advertising would constitute not only what we would traditionally think is false advertising, which is affirmative representations that are made within an advertisement, that this particular product or service does this or that. But it would also cover omissions, meaning if something that should be contained in the advertisement, that by not containing it in the advertisement, by omitting it, renders that advertisement false, meaning misleading to someone a reasonable person viewing that advertisement, it would constitute false advertising. So it can be all kinds of different things. Let's say there's an advertisement that says that 50% off the price of a particular item. And you look at it, wow, 50% off. I never pay full price for anything. 50% off, that's a deal. I'm going to go in and I'll buy it. And that induced you to go into the store to buy that particular item. If it turns out that 50% off is untrue, that really the usual price for this item is this price, that would constitute false advertising. Why? Because a reasonable consumer would see, hey, I'm getting a deal here for 50% off. If in fact that is not true, it's false. It's a false advertising. So one of the things that we look at in our office throughout the years about pricing and price advertising is to see whether or not these representations of these discounts are actually there, because someone might not be otherwise persuaded to buy something if they knew that was really what the regular price was. They won't be running down the store and saying, oh my gosh, this week, 50% off sale. and actually they could get that price at any time. That would be false advertising. Also falling within the false advertising realm would be this term called bait and switch, which is when someone, it's like fishing, you throw out bait to reel somebody in. If that somebody baits you to come in and then switches out what it is that they're advertising, that would constitute false advertising. Let's say you see an ad for offering a cell phone for $100, and we all know cell phone prices are really high, and the newer ones. If you went out, I said, "Wow, it's $100 cell phone. I had to go in." And I don't have money for a $500 cell phone. I don't have money for a $1,000 cell phone. I'm going to go into that store because this thing is advertised $100 cell phone. You go into the store and they don't have that cell phone, or they only had one, even knowing that they were going to get a whole bunch of other people. Let's say they have a $500 cell phone or a $1,000 cell phone. They say, okay, we're going to advertise it, $100 cell phone. All of a sudden, a flood of people come in. They only had one at that price. And all the rest of them walk in and go, I saw the ad, it was $100. Yeah, you don't have that. Or they may say, oh, you don't want that one. That cheapy, horrible thing. Here's our $1,000 one with all the bells and whistles. This is the thing. And then they push you into that sale. What they do is they baited you in and then they switched you. That constitutes false advertising. So people can't do that. Another idea might be it's called cramming, but our office has brought cases against auto dealers that have advertised items that they'll sell. Buy this car with this warranty and that warranty, and those warranties are free. And you get this car, and all of a sudden in the deal you ended up buying a warranty. You end up buying all these other options. You end up buying things that you didn't necessarily want because they got crammed into the deal. That would be falsely advertising something, claiming that something is free when in fact it is not. It is actually added onto the price. So those are different examples and why Section 350 of the General Business Law would apply to bring a case against a business. And our office will frequently use General Business Law 350 as a false advertising claim, among others that may have occurred in a case where we would bring against a business. Another great statute that we use, usually in combination with Section 350, is Section 349. Section 349 of the General Business Law makes it illegal to engage in deceptive business practices. So false advertising could also be a deceptive business practice, or is frequently a deceptive business practice. Not all deceptive business practices are as a result of advertising, but usually all false advertising is also a deceptive business practice. So, for example, I recently had a case in our particular region against a post-high school graduate basketball school. An individual was representing that he could get post-high school students, usually just finishing up their high school career, but before going into college, he could get them in front of college coaches, giving people the sense that they would be given Division I or Division II college basketball scholarships. People were led to believe that this was a top flight program where they had a top chef advertised right on their website. They had a top chef preparing nutritious meals for practicing athletes. They didn't. They had offered a college-like environment, which a reasonable consumer would believe that it was like a dorm-like, college campus-like setting. It was not. That it had top, specifically hired coaches that could get the players to the next level, getting them that scholarship. They did not. In fact, one year, the coach that they hired was a convicted felon who had never had played basketball before, but had never been a coach, especially for top flight college potential basketball players. And it also advertised that it had a personal staff member assigned to each player so that they would get specific college placement services. And that wasn't true either. So all these people paid money, tens of thousands to tens of thousands of dollars, somewhere usually over $10,000, $15,000 to $20,000 to come join this program, and it turned out that they did not get anything that they were expecting. They did not play necessarily top flight competition. The accommodations were mediocre at best. The meals were not what was portrayed. They didn't get a full meal plan. They'd get a few meals a week. They didn't have the transportation they were expecting. They were practicing in local community gyms or church gyms. They rarely played in a big arena, which was advertised as their home court. So it was a whole host of things that we brought a proceeding and ended up having to have a trial where the court found that they did engage in deceptive business practices. So we used that 349 to bring a claim against, bring a cause of action to put the business out of business and to get them to stop taking people's money. Some other type of laws that are out there. There's even laws, and again, this is a good example to show how the marketplace is attempting. Laws are there to try to just regulate the marketplace so that people understand understand the type of transaction they're getting into, and that they can't be taken advantage of. Is that there's actually a law in New York that requires stores to disclose their refund policy. Now, it doesn't mean they have to have a refund policy. A store can simply not have a refund policy, which is, you buy it here, it's yours, we're not taking it back. The thing that the law does is, making that framework, is it requires the business to disclose what the refund policy is or no refund policy. Why? Not for a consumer to take advantage. It's for a consumer to understand, if you buy something at this store, before you buy it, this is what the refund policy is. So you can make the informed decision, I'm going to buy this item here, or I'm not going to buy this item here, because if I buy it, I may want to take it back. Maybe you're buying it as a gift for someone, and you don't know if the person already has that item or could use that item. So you say, I'm going to take a flyer on this. I'm going to buy this because it's kind of cool. And then you take it to the person. They go, I don't like that, or I already have that, or I really can't use that. So as long as what the law says is, you got to tell the consumer what the refund policy is so they know and make their good consumer decision. And so what the rule is that they must disclose conspicuously the return policy either on the product itself or on the checkout register, or at or near the point of sale, what the return policy is. And that if it is not, they must offer at the least 30 days cash return. So if you paid for cash, you can get it cash. If there's some other return policy, consumers need to be notified, such as all sales final, so you can't return it. Or you can only return it for a store credit, or if there's a restocking fee if you return it. All of those things have to be disclosed. Why? So the consumer knows what they're getting themselves in. Another thing that goes along with this that a lot of people get confused about, you get calls and complaints about this relatively frequently, and that is, for some reason, consumers believe that they have a 3-day right to cancel. So they figure, okay, I can buy something, I'll take it back if I don't like it the next day and get my money back. That is not true. I don't know why that's happened, because maybe it's because in some transactions there is a 3-day business, a right to return, and the return policy that the store may have is a 3-day, no questions asked return policy that they've heard about. But for some reason we've had that belief. But I want to inform you that that is not the case. In fact, I think you should go into any transaction with the base thought, there's no right to cancel. There are some exceptions to that. And those exceptions are door-to-door sales. So if somebody is selling items door-to-door, you have 3 business days to cancel. I think the rationale behind that is that a seller is invading your space. They're coming to your door, and that falls within a general category of kind of a high-pressure sale. If somebody's at your house and you think, well, I'll buy this thing because I got to get rid of this person. And in the olden days, there was a lot of high pressure when it came to a door-to-door sale. So the legislature adopted a law that said with a door-to-door sale, then consumers have a 3-day right to cancel the transaction. Similarly, telemarketing sales, where somebody's calling you on the phone and talking you into buying something. Again, similar to the door-to-door, where they're invading your space, they're contacting you. That would also carry with it, by law, a 3-day right to cancel. Another area is home improvement contracts. So if you are entering into a contract for an improvement to your home, with every home improvement contract, which there's certain parameters, they're pretty small, $500 or more, and someone who has been engaged in the business of doing home improvements for a total of $1,500, not one job, but total accumulated jobs add up to $1,500 over the course of a year. That qualifies someone as a home improvement contractor, so it's a really low threshold. And now with home improvements, how expensive things are, and the dollar amount hasn't changed over a long period of time. It doesn't take much to reach a home improvement contract. But home improvement contracts must carry with them a 3-day right to cancel as well. Homeowners are allowed to, or contractors are allowed, must give, and homeowners are entitled to receive a written notice of right to cancel that gives them 3 business days to cancel a transaction. Also, health club contracts. So if you join a health club and go and exercise, and I know that under the COVID circumstances here, that a lot of gyms have taken a big hit because they've been prohibited from opening, or opening under severe restrictions, that they've been troubled with getting enough business in. But any home improvement or healthcare contract, health club contract, also has a 3-day right to cancel. in home equity loans as well. And there are also some rights to cancel with other types of loans under the financing laws that allow for people to have some time to think about the terms of a financing transaction that would allow them to cancel. But other than those circumstances, there is no right to cancel. So make sure that when you go in to buy something or purchase something, make sure that you understand what the terms of the deal are, and don't enter into it until you're sure that's something that you want to buy at that particular price. It's too late after you bought it. The time to contemplate and make your decisions is before you spend the money. That's why you'll hear me frequently talk about when we talk about our auto purchase and repairs, don't fall in love with the car until after you've purchased it and owned it. If you fall in love with it ahead of time, then you can go in and buy something that you may not be what you actually need. So in dealing with this marketplace out there, there's some good rules of advice. One is know who you're dealing with. In this day and age with the internet and people buying things, being convenience-based, hey, we got to buy stuff. I know that especially in this pandemic realm, when you just see the economics, you read the business papers, you'll see that the delivery companies or the merchants that do deliveries they've been one of the beneficiaries of the shutdowns of public spaces and things. They're delivering like crazy. I just read an article this morning about the winners and losers, and I know that Amazon was one of the winners, and how they're going to hire 100,000 people or something because of all the fulfillment that they need to make for people buying. But when you're using the internet, or if you're going to deal with somebody locally, know who they are. Make sure you do your due diligence investigations. Make sure you talk to people. Verify this outfit. Don't just rely on their word for what they're doing for you. Deal with people you know. Deal with people you've dealt with before. Deal with people that others that you know have dealt with and can give recommendations. Don't necessarily rely solely on the reviews that are posted on the internet. Be very careful about those, because you want to make sure that they're not just false verifications and reviews that are posted. Make sure that you check into them. Get references from trusted people. For those of you that might be having work done or on your house, your car, get estimates. Get estimates from more than one person. Compare. Understand not just the price, but also what you're getting. The lowest may not be the best. Evaluate all of the terms. Make sure you know and understand all of the terms. Warranties. What if you're purchasing a warranty? What are they covering? What are you insuring? And in a warranty, I know when I purchase things online, one of the things that when you're checking out, it says, okay, you're going to purchase this item. It always says, do you want for $5.99 a 2-year extended warranty? Something like that. That's fine if you want it, but check it out. See what you're getting for that. Are you wasting your money? Is it a full replacement? Are you going to just get a refurbished item? It's fine either way, as long as you understand that's what you're buying into. Make sure you know, as we talked about earlier, what's the return policy? Make sure you know whether you're being signed up for other offers or not. sometimes when you buy things, they say, oh, you'll get 6 months free of a magazine subscription. Well, you don't realize that at the end of 6 months, it doesn't just disappear. At the end of 6 months, you get a bill, and then you have to start paying. So understand, yeah, if you want those 6 months of subscription or whatever, make sure you read the fine print to see, oh, I didn't realize that I better cancel this thing before the end of the 6 months. Or I don't want this, take it off. I don't want this particular. If you do those sorts of things, you'll go a long way toward protecting yourself. The playing field has been leveled. You have the ammunition to look into things, and then you will end up finding that you're less likely to be a victim of a fraud or a scam if you take all those words of advice. If anybody has any questions out there, I'd be glad to answer them. I'm going to shoot it back to Kenneth to see if there is anything there. Anything?
No questions. We've had nothing yet. We have five viewers, 5 people checking us out. So
thank you, everybody.
Yes, we are glad you're here. If you think of something later and you need to contact Mike, he is in the Binghamton Regional Office. I've just put that information there in the chat. And unless there's anything in the next minute or so, I'd like to just thank everybody for tuning in. We are here the second Thursday